Knicks Pistons game four. I'm happy that the Knicks won, but I hated the way that game ended. That was a foul. There was contact. I hate when games end like that. Whether it's our team winning or losing, I hate that ending. So we have to get that out of the way. I'm here with Jason Guido. Jason,
Mike, good morning.
good morning, man. This is one of those games where both Cat and Brunson, they just went off. Cat, this is by far one of the best games I've ever seen from Cat throughout his career, especially in the Knicks uniform. I'm happy for him, but what are your thoughts on this game?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, Cat came through. He's been aggressive. He was aggressive in game three also. But yeah, this was a game of very physical. A lot of fouls could have been called throughout the whole game, not just at the end. The Knicks had a good first half. They were playing well, and then the Pistons went on a run at the end of this first half, and it got them back in the game. And then the Knicks came out super flat in the third quarter, and the Pistons took a lead. The Knicks only scored 14 points. They were complaining about fouls. There was a lot of rough stuff going on both sides. A lot of fouls that could have been called either way. And the Knicks got back into the fourth quarter, got back into it with Brunson. Remember, I have to say, Brunson also got hurt. He twisted his ankle in the third quarter, which was a scare. I thought that was the end of the season right there. And they were able to pull it out. There's controversy. Was a Hardaway Jr. foul at the end? Yeah, probably. But there was also a foul underneath the basket. If you watch the play again, there was a loose ball foul. It should have been called on the Pistons. So they would never even got that shot off. Knicks should have went to the free throw line. But the Knicks escaped with the 1 point victory, and that'll set up another physical game five at Madison Square Garden on Tuesday.
Malik Beasley got things going. The second half, Mikal Bridges, he hit two big three-pointers in the corner to cut the deficit. Brunson with that injury was a big scare. And but I felt happy for the Detroit crowd. They finally got a playoff home game, so they were into it. The crowd was into games three
Oh yeah,
and four, especially game four. It was nice to see Isaiah Thomas in attendance, Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups,
right.
Even Jalen Rose, who's a Detroit native, was there. But it was nice to see those guys there. Um, but yeah, this has been a very intriguing series, very physical. A lot of missed calls, and the officials admitted that they missed that last call at the end. But hey, a win is a
Yeah,
win. I'll take it.
it's
Um,
for the officials.
I
Yeah,
wish. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say for the officials, this is almost an impossible game and series to officiate because there's almost fouls on almost every play. Somebody put up that Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns were both fouled 16 times, and they didn't get. Obviously, that wasn't called. The Knicks would have been in the penalty. Would have been shooting free throws 2 minutes into the quarter, and also, it wasn't a great game for either team shooting. The Knicks only scored 94 points, Pistons 93, and the Pistons were their own worst enemy in the first half. A lot of turnovers, unforced, a lot of they didn't shoot the ball well at all, so they could easily beat the Knicks in this game. So that's something that the Knicks got to look. Coming in Game 5, they're going to be coming Detroit. They could be eliminated from the series. So we're probably going to see another rough and tumble game, in my opinion.
If you're the Knicks, you have to close it out five. You just have to.
They would like to. They don't want to go back to Detroit for a Game 6. That's for sure.
Yeah, you have to go in fresh for the next series, which is not going to get
Yeah.
easier because you're going to go up against the Boston Celtics. But I want to say this. I want to give a shout to the Orlando Magic because even though this is a team that is not 100% healthy, this team has pushed Boston to the edge.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
they came close. They came close to tying up the series, but they ran out of gas at the end of the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
So I
they
want to
played
give a
well.
shout to the Orlando Magic for that.
We give them a shout out. Yeah, we give them a shout out. They played well. Yep, they gave the Celtics a scare.